On content issues, you are pretty consistent about citing factual data. You got into a discussion about the UC Regents and about the CSU trustees, describing what they do and how often they meet and what the regulation, and I'm not sure what that adds to any of your argument. The main issue that you point out as a problem is funding, and the funding problem is a result of the state's budget woes. So what the regents and the trustees are supposed to do differently has not really been expressed. I don't think that anybody doubts that there's going to be some negative impact from increasing costs. It's always a problem when anything becomes more expensive. There's going to be a change in demand for it, or we're going to have to reduce the amount of things that we're spending money on in one place to spend someplace else. And so, protesting and making those complaints vocal might draw attention to the fact that that's a problem, but I don't think it really does much to address the underlying issue here, and I think that's where you need to have a little bit more argument on this. The example of your friends, for instance, who are faced with these problems, some of the hardships that they're faced with could be a little bit more evident. I'm not sure why it's a big deal that somebody has to take a semester off and come here to pick up classes. In fact, it might be a smart thing to do to pick up the classes rather than spend all the money at UCLA if those classes are transferable, for instance. Now, that would be a problem if they weren't transferable and your friend did that and they got delayed in the process. All right, you're there somewhere. Oh, there you are. I'm looking down while I'm talking. If they got delayed, for instance, in their program, they couldn't graduate for 6 years or something like that, I think that would be a good way to finish off those stories. The delivery issues, I think your voice is fine. You're usually pretty reliable on the eye contact. I'd agree with Chelsea very much at the beginning of the speech. I thought you did a pretty solid job on that. The more you got into the speech, the more dependent you got on the notes, and the notes were big and they were a little bit awkward, so that limited you a little bit also. And I just I don't think I've had a crack about the pronunciation on our persuasive section yet, so regents is the way you say it. Regents. And so it's the Board of Regents. You could say the Board of Regents. I knew what you were talking about. It's not like, but it's unfamiliarity with saying it that way that makes it seem, that's one of those things that undermines the ethos that you're trying to build up. All right, thank you.